It's very telling as to why I decided to use this image to describe Okra Wigfrey. And this is how she's pretty much always come off to me. Just the yelling harpy, whatever. Well, the reason why I'm making this video today, and you can see by the title, it says Okra Wigfrey has undercut 3 black men. Now you're probably wondering, who are the 3 black men she undercut? Well, those 3 men would be Robert F. Smith, Tyler Perry, and Michael Jackson. Now we all know about the Michael Jackson thing, but you're probably wondering, how did she undercut Tyler Perry and Robert F. Smith? Well, in case you don't know, for Wigfrey, and it actually goes back, one of them actually goes back to Michael Jackson, in my opinion. If you haven't heard, Okra Wigfrey decided to dig into her money vault and pull out $13 million, in which she decided to donate to Morehouse College for, the black men that attend that particular school. And she just donated it to them, $13 million. What did Robert F. Smith just do earlier this year? He volunteered to pay off the student loan debt amassed by the students, the graduating class there. And then came back in a couple weeks, not a couple weeks later, but a couple weeks ago, decided that wasn't enough. So I'm going to help out the parents and wipe out their portion of their student loan debt that they have to pay. Now, what does Okra do? Just a couple days ago, she decides to donate $13 million to Morehouse College. Now, see, Okra has the more bigger name than Robert F. Smith. A lot of people before this year didn't even know who Robert F. Smith was. I knew who he was because at one point, I think I used to write a blog. In case y'all didn't know, I used to write a blog on, I forgot the name of the website. It was one of those free blogging sites where I would write positive stories about black people and the things that they've done in recent time. And I think he was one of the guys I spoke about, and that's how I learned about him. So when I saw him, I said, that guy looks so familiar. And I was like, oh, that's that guy that I remember writing about. But because Okra has the bigger name, people are going to remember what she does probably more than what he does, because he doesn't do what he does for publicity. I think this year was the most publicity that he's ever received. Now, the reason why I say she undercut him is because she literally decided to donate this money to the same college he decided to wipe out the debt for the graduating class. And it's almost going to make it seem like it's going to chop up to, oh, he didn't really do much. Okra did more. Actually, he did way more than she ever could. All she did was donate money to the school. Bill Cosby, I'm sure, donated a lot of money to Morehouse as well, because he donated money to various HBCUs. But you see what happened with that. And I doubt that they're going to pay him that money back. And it's such a shame that she actually did that, but it doesn't surprise me at the same time that she did. That's how she undercut him, because she needed to take away the publicity. Now, the reason why I said that this is linked to the Michael Jackson in the way that she undercut him is that whole Leaving Neverland crap earlier this year. See, she received a lot of backlash from the black community. See, what people don't understand is that Michael Jackson is held as a huge, iconic legend, all of that, historical figure in our community. Maybe, yes, of course, the world over, of course. But we know where his grassroots began. Like, the black community were the ones that propped up Michael Jackson and his brothers, the Jackson 5, later on the Jacksons, before the world knew who they were. I wouldn't say it wasn't until really around the Thriller era when he really got that crossover success, in my honest opinion. So it's almost like when you make an indictment like that against someone like him, especially when he's dead, which makes it even more disrespectful, especially after this man had you in his home back in the 90s. And to do something like this, that's messed up. To do an interview with two liars that are throwing all this dirt on Michael Jackson's name. And she had to have known that these two were lying, but she was doing this for ratings and for money. And she feels that by doing this for Morehouse College, that she would somehow get back in the good graces of black people, particularly black men, but that black men really haven't been behind Oprah for years. And to be honest, she's really scared of losing that black female support because they have been following her coattails for God knows how long. And even then, she's losing that. When I was in college, it was one girl I went to college with, and she used to tell me all the time she cannot stand Okra. And I never understood why she did. And back then, I wish I did ask her why she said that. But now looking at how Oprah moves now, I can see why she said what she said. Now, I said that she undercut 3 guys. I already mentioned 2 of them. Now, the third one here is Tyler Perry. Now, if you haven't been watching Harvey's videos, he did a video talking about Tyler Perry opening up his own studio. And that makes Tyler Perry the first black person ever to own their own movie studio, like their own actual studio. And I saw the pictures on his page and the various people that he invited there. It looked really nice. It was a nice little well, I can't even say little celebration because it was pretty big. And when I was looking at the pictures, I was like, wow, his studio lot is huge. And a little fun fact in case y'all didn't know, the first thing to ever be shot on his new studio before he even used it was Black Panther. Not the entire film, but pieces of it. Ryan Coogler went to Tyler Perry and asked him could he use his studio to shoot some scenes for the movie, and Tyler Perry said, I'll do you one better. I'll let you shoot some scenes on my new lot that has not even been officially open yet, that I haven't even shot anything on. And when I found that out, I said, despite what people have to say about Tyler Perry, and I have criticism of him as well, the guy is pretty solid. He helps people get jobs, whether they want to be actors, actresses, singers, or people who maybe want to work in the office setting. He really does look out for his people when it comes to getting employment, especially for him. So I can't even knock him for that. And the fact that he did that for Ryan Coogler to have him shoot some of his scenes for Black Panther on there. As a matter of fact, if you go and look at Black Panther and look at the credits, like because they always talk about shooting locations, you will see Tyler Perry Studios in the credits. I kid you not. If you haven't done so already, go back and look at the end credits when the credits are rolling and look where it says special thanks to, and you'll see Tyler Perry Studios under there. That was a very nice thing, a very nice gesture for him to do, especially since the owner of the studio had not used it yet. But he was probably like, wow, Black Panther, Marvel, this could definitely be a good look for me, so why not? And then shout out to Ryan Coogler for going to him. He went to a black owned studio to do that. So kudos to him as well. But back to Okra Wigfrey and how she undercut Tyler Perry. Okra just has to be the center of attention. Granted, she has owned, and let me just tell y'all something. Okra does not fully own. She has a very small ownership in it, if that. Own is truly owned by Discovery. You know, like Discovery ID, Discovery Channel, all of that. It's owned by them. A lot of the shows that come on OWN. Well, let me take it back a little bit. When OWN first came out, Okra was doing a lot of little hosting shows or whatever, I guess you can say, branching off of the whole Okra Wigfrey show that had already been on for 25 years and was pretty much being taken off the air. And For her at the time was a big deal. That's when she at that time had a lot of control over her own. But the channel was failing. So what did she do? She reached out to Tyler Perry, and Tyler Perry gave her a lot of shows or a lot of ideas and everything and whatnot. And when he decided to come over and do that, as a friend to her, he said, sure, why not? Well, this is the grand opening of his studio. So, of course, naturally, he's going to invite Okra to be there. Of course, in true Okra Wigfrey fashion, she just had to take the spotlight. Like, in here, like, this is not your event. This is Tyler Perry's event. This is his moment right here. Granted, yes, y'all have a wonderful working relationship, but that's about as far as it goes. This was not the grand opening of OWN Studios. It was the grand opening of Tyler Perry Studios, the first fully black owned studio, might I add. That's wild when you think about it. Like, it took this long for this to actually happen. Hopefully more will come from it. But back to Okra. She just had to try to find a way to undercut him to try to make it about her. In true Okra Mammy Wigfrey, fashion. Now can y'all see why I cannot stand her now? At one point, we were rooting for Okra. Well, some of us. But then over time, we saw her for who she truly is. Her feathers began to reveal themselves. Her true colors got exposed. And we cannot stand Okra over here. We just can't. This is like an anti-Okra Wigfrey zone. So there you have it. A way that she was able to undercut 3 men, one of them being deceased. See, y'all are getting a scope of how Okra, and not just her, but people of her ilk, get down. Gayle King is another one. She's nothing but Okra's flunky. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hopefully it gave you a little bit of insight. But that's just my perspective of how she undercut 3 black men. 3 successful black men, might I add. You have one who is a multi-billionaire, one who has opened up the first fully black owned studio, and then one who has to be the greatest entertainer that had ever lived. 3 successful men, black men, might I add. And she just had to do her little mammy whatevers. And the thing is, she probably doesn't even realize she did it, or maybe she does and does not care. I hope people really see Okra for who she truly is and what she truly is. A lot of people like to say, oh, we love Oprah. No, you only like her because she's a quote unquote billionaire. If she wasn't that, you probably couldn't stand her. And why is it that she has to go over to Africa to open up a school? If y'all remember, she basically said that she would open up one here, but black people here are so ungrateful. Those are her words. Maybe not in that exact way. To summarize it, that's what she said in so many words. I'll never forget it. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.